We begin with breaking news.
That breaking news in Sacramento County, a man murdering 4 people, including 3 of his own children, before taking his own life.
I've never experienced something like this, so this is all very new for me, and I'm not sure how to process any of this.
Tonight, we've learned the children were all girls ages 9, 10, and 13.
This happened about 5 o'clock this evening at a church in the Arden area, and it's called the Church in Sacramento on Wida Way near Ethan Way. And we have live team coverage now of this shooting tonight, and we begin with KCRA 3 anchor Gulston Dart, who is out there at the scene. Gulston?
Yeah, Brian, I'm on Wida Way right now. You can see some police behind me. There is still a sizable police presence out here. They are blocking Wida Way at both entries at Ethan Way and also at Howe Avenue. Again, we are right across the street from the church in Sacramento. That is it right there across this street. A much quieter scene right now. Very different about 5 hours ago when we first started covering this story around 5:20 on KCRA 3. We had Live Copter 3 over the scene getting shots of just dozens of police and fire units on the scene responding to this incident. At the time, we were still trying to obtain exactly what had happened there. We did notice that officers running out of that church with guns, with rifles. We also noticed them with somebody bringing them out on a stretcher, trying to give CPR to them. That person later died there in the driveway. And then, of course, right after that, we learned the terrible news about the 3 children inside shot to death by their father in a sanctuary, in a place that was supposed to be safe. We've learned more now about this case. Let's go to Melanie Wingo standing by with the latest on that. Melanie.
Well, Gulston, just within the last couple of hours, we learned that the victims, the children in this incident, were all females. Their ages are 9, 10, and 13. All 3 girls killed by their father along with their chaperone on a supervised visit before the father turned the gun on himself.
It's just horrific.
Sacramento County Sheriff Scott Jones describing a shooting where a father killed his 3 children and an adult before turning the gun on himself.
This obviously rising to the level of killing innocent children is obviously beyond anyone's rational comprehension.
The sheriff explaining the children were on a supervised visit with their father, with the church being the neutral location for their visit. The person supervising the visit also killed, according to the sheriff. The mother of the children, the sheriff says, had a restraining order out against her children's father.
A crime of this magnitude, where there's so much death and destruction and deliberation and violence, that is fortunately very rare.
Their connection to the church unclear right now. The massive law enforcement presence arriving at the church immediately after the shooting, ruling out this being an act against the house of worship or the parishioners in it.
This is responded by everyone, including the FBI, because this came out as an active shooter in a church. So those are all the things that just raise our suspicions to the nth degree. It is not a random act of violence or terrorism.
But the father's motive for the killings, something the sheriff's office will investigate in the coming days.
Even though the answers to the questions won't reverse what happened, just an unspeakable tragedy, but at least we can get the answers and try and understand, at least from perhaps his perspective, why it happened.
I also just learned from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office that the mother of the children does not live in town. We could not confirm with the Sheriff's Office where she does live, but they are saying that she's headed to the area after all of this. We have reported throughout the evening that the mother had a restraining order against the father of the children, and I also confirmed with the Sheriff's Office that since that's the case, he should not have been legally allowed to possess a gun. Also, the Sheriff's Office at this time is not releasing the name or the gender of the person who was the chaperone on that supervised visit, nor is the Sheriff's Office releasing the name of the shooter himself. That has not been confirmed with us. I just spoke with the Sheriff's Office within the last half hour. They're not releasing that information to the media as of yet. Gulston, back to you.
Yeah, Melanie, and just thinking about that mother, so many hearts and minds thinking about her tonight and what she must be going through. This is an interesting area here on Wide Away. There's commercial, there's residential. There are very many apartments and townhomes in the area, lots of families. In the few hours that I've been out here, I've seen lots of children, so you can imagine the fear that ran through a lot of families when they heard those gunshots ring out. Brittany Hope has had a chance to talk to some of the area neighbors about what they went through tonight. Brittany.
Hi, Golston. Everyone we spoke to in this neighborhood tonight told us they're used to seeing police out here and seeing some different incidents go on. It's not always the safest area, but something like this, a father killing his own children on their block, is unbelievable.
It was like, Mom, like the helicopters are saying lock your doors.
13-year-old Kayla Mendoza heard this as she was painting her toenails at her house tonight.
We just seen the whole SWAT team right there outside and a bunch of cops.
She lives near the church in Sacramento, where authorities say a father shot and killed his 3 young children and the person who was supervising their visit. This teen can't understand how someone around her age could be killed by their own parent.
I'm sorry that you guys had to, die soon. I know it wasn't your time. Your dad, he shouldn't have done that. He has I don't know why he did that.
This family's home is right across the street from the church. They didn't hear the gunshots, but they rushed outside when deputies flooded their street.
It's just crazy how fast and everybody responded and how many responded. We knew it was serious, right, instantly.
Dennis was visiting his brother when the chaos began.
How people can do stuff like that, the stuff that's going on in this world nowadays is just, it's not God sent. It's actually disgusting how people are turning on their own flesh and blood, especially people who haven't even started life yet.
For Samantha Sanchez, it's hitting too close to home.
I have no words for any of this right now. I wonder what puts a person in a mindset to do something like this, honestly.
She now doesn't know if she'll let her little ones play in their own front yard.
I've never experienced something like this, so this is all very new for me, and I'm not sure how to process any of this.
Tonight, all this family can do is be with each other.
I guess tonight, we're just going to make sure our kids know that we love them just a little extra and, than we already do every day.
Sobering words tonight from that father who again lives just across the street. Out here live, you can see police still blocking the side of the neighborhood on Wide Away where that church is. You can just feel the disbelief in this entire neighborhood, Golston, not just from the people we spoke to tonight who live across the street or across the block, but the entire night since we got here at 5 o'clock, people who live blocks away who are trying to figure out what's going on. They heard as we are reporting it here on KCRA what exactly happened, and you just heard audible disbelief from everyone who is standing near our camera. The feelings in this neighborhood tonight, it is just heavy, unimaginable what's happened here tonight, Golston.
Absolutely, yeah. You just can't make sense of how this happened and why it had to happen. Brittany, thanks for that part of our coverage right now. We started covering this on KCRA about 5:20 tonight. The first call went out at 5:07, and we have a recording of what dispatch sent out to area law enforcement. Here's a part of that.
At the church in Sacramento, 2031 Wide Away. Callers stating there's a man with a gun in the church shooting. At a church, they're responding for a shooting in progress while a service is being held.
I copy. Is the suspect still on scene?
Affirm the shooting is in progress.
I'm just out front. I'm not hearing any active gunfire. I'm getting waved down right now.
I copy. Let's get the air clear for him.
42 David, if we could get units with breaching tools, we'd have to breach in here. 42 David, we've got, looks like 5 juveniles down, multiple rifle casings.
I copy. We have approximately 5 juveniles down, multiple rifle casings.
Just had a shooting inside of a church, 2031 Wide Away.
We're going to need multiple fire and EMS.
And there you have it, some calm on the part of dispatch trying to get out those vital pieces of information so first responders could get out here as well as law enforcement. We're also hearing from local and state officials. Governor Newsom tweeting this out earlier tonight, saying another senseless act of gun violence in America, this time in our backyard in a church with kids inside. Absolutely devastating. Our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and their communities. We are working closely with local law enforcement. And then also Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg tweeted this out tonight, saying, quote, "This is an unspeakable tragedy. It happens too often, and tonight it happened in our backyard. First thoughts are with the victims and their families. Same to the first responders who have to confront such a horrible scene." And as we come back here live to the scene where you can't see them, but there are still plenty of police units down here. You can see one down here, and then on Ethan Way there are still other units as police continue to work through their investigation and keep some crowds out of here. I had a chance to talk to one woman who lives at this very apartment complex, and she was about 4'11", and she came up to me and she wanted to show me her taser that she had, and she also had some pepper spray. She said that there are times where she is really fearful for her life. She heard those shots earlier today. She said she hit the ground. She was really scared. She said this area is wide awake, but some of the locals here, she said, they call it wide awake because some of the activity out here and some nights, and a lot of folks are wide awake tonight because of what happened earlier today. Reporting live from Sacramento County, Gulston Dart, KCRA 3 News. Back to you.
Wow. All right. Gulston, thank you for the update.